general knowledge questions so that we can gauge how well informed they are, because we like our employee base to be very, how do I say it, superior to everyone else on this earth. Do you think you can do that for me? Perfect. Okay. I'm going to start asking you some questions. You just have to tell me your answer, and I'm going to be taking some notes. So the first question I have for you is, how do the jaws of snakes open so wide? The jaws of snakes. How do the jaws of snakes open so wide? How do these snakes wrap their jaws around prey? I'll give you a minute to think on that. Okay. Do you have your answer ready? I'd love to hear it. Interesting. Okay, I've never heard that one before. Unfortunately, that is not the right answer. The correct answer is that they unhinge. The snake unhinges its jaw. The snake's jaw is unhinged for it to swallow the food. Does that make sense? Okay, don't worry too hard about it. I'm sure you'll get some of these. Okay, the next question I have for you. What taxonomic class are arachnids? Arachnids, like spiders and scorpions and ticks and mites. What is their taxonomic class? Okay. Do you have your answer? Okay, so I hope we don't have a pattern here, but you've gotten this one wrong again as well. So they're actually insects. Arachnids are insects. Does that make sense? They're bugs like flies and other things. Yeah, so spiders and scorpions and all of that are insects. Okay, we can move on. So for this next one, I'd really like to hear your thought process as to how you arrive at your answer, because this is more of a technical question, and therefore we need to see how your brain processes these things so that we can know if you're a good fit for us, okay? All right. So the question is, what is -40 Kelvin in Celsius? And I'll give you a minute to think on that. Okay, that's a good start. Good start for that. Okay. I like where your brain is headed. I like where you're going with this. Okay. So for that, your final answer would then be... Okay. I'm not sure how you came to that conclusion. The answer is -40 Celsius, because for the three major measurements of temperature, Fahrenheit, Celsius, and Kelvin, -40 is equal between them. So the answer was -40. I'm not sure with how your process you got that wrong, but that's okay. You know, some of these are easier than others, so I'm sure you'll get these right as we go along. Okay? Don't feel too bad about it. This next one should be pretty easy. I think everyone's thought about this at least once in their lifetime. What type of cows make chocolate milk? What type of cows make chocolate milk? Chocolate milk, chocolate milk, chocolate milk, chocolate milk, chocolate milk. What type of cow makes chocolate milk? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. You think it's more of like a post-harvest thing. They add the chocolate in later. Interesting. Yeah, no, I usually only hear that among like small children kind of thing. So, how old did you say you were again? Uh-huh. Okay. Um, that I want to be as nice to you as possible, but that is a little embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. The correct answer is chocolate cows. The chocolate milk comes from chocolate cows. Did they not teach you this in like elementary school? They should have taught you this. I'm surprised. I've actually never seen someone score like this before. Let's hope that you do better. Maybe I'll give you extra credit on something. But right now, it might not be looking too in your favor. Next question. This one's pop culture, so hopefully you're well versed in that. Um, who plays Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? The actor for Iron Man. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, Robert Downey Jr. plays Spider-Man, um, if that's who you were thinking of. So, I'll give you another shot to guess an actor that plays Iron Man. I'm sorry, that's wrong. It's actually Tom Holland. Tom Holland plays Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Have you watched them? Have you seen the movies? I've only watched a couple myself, so I understand if you might not know this, but it is a very popular franchise. These are things that the general public should be aware of. Okay, maybe pop culture isn't your thing. Let's go on to geography. Right? Geography should be great. Um, one of the English-speaking countries of the world. What is the capital of Australia? Interesting. Okay, can you elaborate on how you think that? Hmm. Okay. Um, you think there's a capital territory? Like they have a whole state around? Huh. Have you ever been checked for dementia? No. Okay, interesting. Interesting, interesting. This is a little bit concerning. I might have to refer you to some of my doctors. I think they could do well with you. hmm Okay, so That's incorrect. The capital of Australia is actually Sydney. Sydney, 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 Sydney. Mm-hmm. The capital of Australia is Sydney, like from Finding Nemo. Mm-hmm. So I hope that you can get that ingrained into your mind. I honestly, the chances for you aren't looking too good at this point, but we can finish out the interview anyways, and I might take pity on you. I've seen your resume, I've seen your skill set, and honestly, the general knowledge questions aren't too important. It's more just being culturally aware and having all of your having your grounding in current events and all of that. Yep. Okay, so we can go with who famously described the force of gravity. The force of gravity. Famously, it's theorized that he was sitting under an apple tree and an apple fell right on his head. And when the apple fell on his head, he decided to write about it. And I think, as far as I'm aware, that's just a myth. But if there were some truth to it, I think that could be quite interesting. Quite interesting. Okay. Isaac Newton, like the guy who made the unit of force? Like that Newton? Well, I think you're getting it mixed up because the word force is in the question, but I'm not sure if Isaac Newton had anything to do with that because we all know that he just made the SI unit. You don't know? Okay. Well, it's Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin is the correct answer there. Did you go to school around here? You did? What year did you graduate? Uh-huh. Wow, so the education quality must have really gone down since I went there. Okay, well, you knew the unit of force, so I assume that you are at least somewhat scientifically inclined. Um, so here's an easy one, you know? Children get this all the time. Children get this one right. 5 years old, 6 years old. You should have really no issue. Okay? So let's start with how many states of matter are there? Yep, just how many states of matter? You can list them if you like, but you don't have to. Okay, stop. Stop right there. So you got the right answer and then you decided to go above and beyond, and it's made your answer incorrect. So what I mean by that is there are 3 states of matter. You have solid, you have liquid, and you have gas. Mm-hmm. Solid, liquid, and gas. And when you start listing other things, it means that the number is more than 3. But 3 is what I was looking for. That's the answer to the question. If you didn't list them at all and you just said 3, then it would have counted. But because you had to list them and then go overboard. Okay, well, you have 0% so far. It's a bit difficult to take pity on you, but I have 2 more questions, so if you can get these right, then maybe we can see you back here shortly. Okay? Perfect. What does the Earth orbit around? The Earth famously orbits around something. What is that thing? It's what? It's axis? I, um, that's not what it says on my sheet here. I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure about this one, but the people who write this, my higher ups are very smart and they know what they're talking about. So I can assure you that it's not axis. That what? I don't understand. Okay. So the answer is the sun. The Earth orbits around the sun, of course. Um, that is how the Earth works. I assume you've lived here since birth, but I I'm not sure anymore. Um, Regardless, one more. Um, I'm sure you've played the game Monopoly before. It's a board game. And in this board game, there's a mascot associated with it. And this mascot wears a monocle. And just for visual memory testing purposes, I want you to tell me what color is the Monopoly Man's monocle? hmm You can think about it. Nope, it's not red. No, okay, so it's neither red nor brown. It's actually black. The Monopoly Man's monocle is black. So I'm gonna tally your score here. Okay, so it looks like you've got let's see, 0%. Um, I sincerely hope that you can do better next time, but at the moment, we are not looking for inferior animals like yourself. Is that okay? Okay. Well, if you ever want to try again, you will not be able to, as I'm going to put your name into our blacklist. We have never had someone score a 0 before, so you are the first, and in that case, you are special. Congratulations. Um, Man, I can't believe I've met you. I hope I never see you again. Huh. Okay, well, have a horrible rest of your day.